Willie Nelson. Oh, Chester and Willie. Hey, friends. Oh, hey, buds. Welcome to Carspotting. We're on the Upper East Side, and we have a great Upper East Side juxtaposition. We're not here to get these two cars. We're actually here to look at some other cars. But while we're here, I want to point out this gigantic new S-Class with an AMG front, but I don't think it's actually an AMG because it would have side-y things, though I appreciate the custom light. And the other side of the Upper East Side, which is this fantastic old diesel, presumably diesel wagon. Yeah, unsurprisingly, it's a big old diesel wagon. So this is a W124 series Mercedes-Benz. I'm saying as I'm briefly checking that I don't get run over. So this is the turbo diesel. I don't know if these were 5 cylinders. Anyway, like maybe the most reliable car ever made, or certainly of the modern era. These things are absolutely tanks, totally overbuilt. They come in this lovely mustard yellow color, which is the same color as the Volvo 240 station wagon I learned how to drive manual on. Yeah, you see them still rolling around as very utilitarian vehicles. As you can see, this one is absolutely full of stuff because it's being used as a wagon, because it's what a wagon is for. You know, this is reminding me, a couple years ago, for March Madness, Jalopnik did a March Madness competition, a bracket of what's the best beater car that you can buy, which we named charmingly the March Madness Beat Off, and a W124 won, which shocked me because I thought an E36 was going to win it. Blew through the bracket, unbelievably. Look, that guy is texting. That's 100% a texting while driving Bentley. Oh, Volvo C70 convertible. We got so many good cars. We're going to do the entire episode just from here. What is that, an International? Oh, I think it's a Chevy. I think it was a GMC or something. Willie Nelson. Oh, Chester and Willie. Hey, friends. Oh, hey, buds. We're shooting a thing on cool cars parked on the street, and I just couldn't help but notice you've got this like super cool tape stripe. What is this about? No way. It's awesome. What is this? As I was saying, by that extremely loud Mark V Golf, which is why it was so interesting when Alex Brooklyn, former Facebook Live producer of Jalopnik, who started Carspotting, sent me this, which she saw spot on the street. Thank you, Alex Brooklyn. I have straight up never seen a Gremlin parked on the street in New York. Absolutely fascinating car. This is of the same era as that Mercedes, and is diametrically opposed in everything about it. Let's just look it all over and take it in, because a Survivor AMC Gremlin does not make sense, and it is just a truly fascinating car. It's clearly been like fixed up and repaired, which makes very little sense because the Gremlin is not really a car that you would think would be fixed up and repaired, because it is usually described as one of the ugliest cars ever made. But this goes to show that it actually has, I think, a huge amount of charm, and I'm actually not that surprised that someone has taken care of it. This is of the sort of tail end of AMC's own, its own development. AMC was really running on a shoestring budget when it made the Gremlin, the development of which was a bit of a struggle. The Gremlin is famous for being supposedly the only car designed on an airplane sickness bag. So something that's interesting is I nearly said the Big Three when I was referring to this. AMC was not part of the Big Three, nor were they even in Detroit. They were in Kenosha, Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken, which is sort of very humorous, as this is like an even more Midwestern car than it is a Detroiter car. And there were always these very upright, straightforward cars, which were very stoutly built. If not super desirable, they were very dependable. Which is why cars like the Pacer and the Gremlin are so funny, because they have a bit of, like a sense of humor to them. Calling it the Gremlin is so weird for like a like a straight-laced middle American company. But they did have a bit of a sense of humor. It's hard to stress like how utterly low spec these cars are in contrast to today's vehicles. It's a grimy. It even has a nickname. How many cars have nicknames? What a joy. So thanks for tuning in to Carspotting this week. Hope you enjoyed this trip to the Upper East Side and its fancy and not so fancy cars, including this beater Mercedes. Stay tuned for more Carspotting hopefully next week, where we will see different parts of New York. Hopefully we won't be stuck in Manhattan. There's an interesting neighborhood in Brooklyn I really want to show. If you see cool cars on the street, parked out and about, send them to tips@jalopnik.com and we'll check them out. Yeah. Stay tuned.